Which dying tradition do you think should be preserved?
When I'm traveling, I like to send postcards to the younger members of our family. Sometimes I go to an antique store and find some vintage postcards from the place I am visiting. People love it. They are very pleased that I send them postcards like that. And recently I received a postcard from a relative of mine. It was a nice surprise. I collect paper letters. I have letters from my grandfather. He is no longer alive. I have postcards from my father's foreign tours that he used to send when he went to other countries for long periods of time. I have several different handwritten letters of congratulations from my cousins and sisters, with small mementos. All of these things show the fact that they put in some effort for my sake. Food preservation. All my childhood, my family and I did canning, and I still do it now. There's nothing better than chowing down on chili in the winter with homemade tomato juice or eating homemade strawberry jam. My friends didn't have this tradition growing up, but they love it when I bring them my fresh jam in the spring. Castles. No one builds decent castles anymore. I mean, sure, there are buildings that look like castles, but it's still not the same. We need a juicy stone castle with a 3-meter thick wall. It's always been on my if I was insanely rich list. I'd build a proper castle in the style of those built in the 12th century. After dinner table talk. That moment at the end of a big dinner with friends and family when you're just sitting around the table, drinking wine and chatting nonstop. Don't think about doing the dishes. Don't sweat about having to run somewhere to run errands. Just make time to sit and spend time with people. Enjoy a nice dessert and a glass of whatever, without the goal of getting drunk. That's what we do as a family, except we make coffee. After dinner, we have an unspoken custom of having a cup of coffee and chatting. Games with local multiplayer where the screen is split. We used to all get together as a foursome and play on a 22 split screen in 480p. Now the screen is 4 times bigger, we have 10 times more pixels, but no split screen games. What the fuck? Not to mention that the current consoles are many times more powerful than the ones before. Giving flowers on the first date. Everyone says it's such a cliche, and yet no one has ever given me flowers. But I've gotten countless dick pics. Society says that giving flowers on a first date makes you seem creepy and needy. I think it all depends on how well we follow the 2 main rules. Be beautiful, don't be ugly. Competitive board games with the family. It's cool to spend time with your family in this way. Nothing better than stabbing your brother over Monopoly. We've all been there. Sitting on my porch right now, staring at my phone instead of watching the world around me. Auto cinema. We have one auto cinema about 15 minutes from me. It's fucking awesome. It's only $6 to get in, and you don't get chased away if you want to stay to watch something else after the movie you came to see. And since we live in Florida, it's best to go there in the winter when it's cooler and there are less bugs. You dress comfortably, bring chairs, snacks and drinks that you like. My friends who have kids take them with them and they are accommodated in the back of the pickup truck with blankets and pillows. Traditional animation. Many major animation studios claim it's too expensive and time-consuming, but if you look at their budgets and how long it takes to render CG animated films, there's virtually no difference. Edit. I'm comparing manual and computer animation. It's not necessarily about 2D versus 3D. Yeah, I too caught the moment when Disney switched from traditional animation to CG. I really miss the classic cartoons that I could go to the movies to see. It's been a while since we've had a good gladiatorial fight. I think that in the future the fights to the death will return to our world again. MMA has already become mainstream, but eventually someone will want to push the boundaries by creating something more brutal than MMA has become in relation to boxing. I doubt it will be actual death matches, but something tougher is bound to come along sooner or later. I think it's worth organizing fights similar to the tournaments in Dragon Ball. There are only 3 rules. 1. The fight ends when the fighter A can't continue the fight due to a knockout or something else. B can't return to the fight for a certain amount of time. C gives up. 2. No weapons or other objects may be used. 3. You may not kill your opponent. Otherwise, fight in any way and as brutally as you like, using any techniques and strikes from all fighting disciplines. No time limits, no referee stopping the fight due to injury, and no prohibitions like kidney punches, etc. And if you liked the video and you want to see such videos more often, put a like and write in the comments on what topic to make a video next time. Bye bye.